Hello and welcome to a special video where in this video I thought I'd cover the topic of the term commodity. Now we use that term quite a lot at the moment. We use it in economics, we use it in business, and we're all talking about commodities and the value of commodities. But actually, what is a commodity and where do you tend to find commodities? Because every single day of your life I suggest you probably do actually use and probably purchase a commodity. So let's take a look in this video. Why am I outside a supermarket? Well, the reason for that is dead simple. It's the place where most of us will buy our commodities from. You'll do it every single day and probably not even realise. But the thing to remember is, what is a commodity? Now a commodity is basically a good that can be bought or it can be exchanged and it's got a value. So you can exchange that commodity for another commodity or it's got a value attached to that commodity. There's two rules to being a commodity. Rule number one is dead simple. It has to be a product which is sold or manufactured by many people. So it can't be just one person, it's got to be produced by many different people. And rule number two is uniformity. In other words, it has to be a similar like-for-like product. So for example, oil is a commodity. Now in the oil market you have different types of markets. So for example, oil from the UK is called Brent crude, and that is sold obviously in a market where oil is, but it's got a different price to OPEC oil, but it's all sold in barrels, and that's really important. So they're the two rules to being a commodity. Now let's take a look at the different types of commodities that exist and see how many you actually know. Okay, let's start with the most obvious commodity, the one that's been in the news at the moment: oil. Oil comes from the ground and it's produced all around the world. So there's your rules met for commodities, and it's a standard product. Now oil is sold by the barrel and it's sold in dollars. Currently at the moment, when I looked this morning, $11 a barrel, about £9. So that is the value of the commodity. As you can see at the graph that I've got on screen at the moment, oil has collapsed at the moment. Why is that? It's all down to something called supply and demand. I'm going to cover that in a future video. Now another type of commodity we can look at is gold. Now gold again comes from the ground and it's produced all around the world. There's different producers. Now you've also probably heard how they sell gold. It's based on how many carats there are in the actual gold. But when I looked this morning, the market price for gold was about $1,700 for an ounce. That's a 21 carat gold, which equates to about £1,300 per ounce of gold. So a teeny weeny little bit of gold, that's the price. As you can see on the graph that I've got on screen, the price of gold has soared. Why has it soared? Simply because at the moment nobody wants money. Think about what's happening in the world. Economies are basically borrowing lots and lots of money, and the way they'll solve that problem, or they may solve that problem, is something called quantitative easing. In simple terms, it means printing more money. Now, if you've got a debt to somebody, are you going to be happy if they print more money? Probably not, because think about it, they haven't really worked to pay off that debt. So what you'll find is that people who obviously want to be trading in items will want something with a bit of value, and they want a commodity. And the best commodity that's got value is gold. So what you're now seeing is demand for gold is going up, and obviously the supply is a constant, so the price is starting to increase. So all those items you've got, like your mobile phone, like your watch, like anything you've got that's electronic that's got a little bit of gold in, is now worth more money. Again, down to supply and demand. I've covered two commodities that you can't buy from this supermarket. However, I've just gone and bought one commodity that you can actually buy from the supermarket. Look at that. What is that item? Well, that is a grapefruit. Yes, a grapefruit is a commodity. In fact, nearly every single fruit is a commodity. And that's because it's grown all around the world. It's got uniformity. In other words, it's the same sort of product all the way around the world. It's got a value. Believe it or not, this grapefruit here is sold in dollars and it's based on how many kilos. So for 1 kilo of grapefruit at the moment, you can pick one up for $1.5, about basically £1.20 for a kilo of grapefruit. If you look at the graph that you see on screen, the price of grapefruit has started to come down. That's probably linked to seasonality more than anything, that if it's in season, there's more supply, there's less demand for it. As a result, the price of these lovely things have come down. Simple as that. There is a commodity that I have bought from the supermarket. Now, hopefully that has taught you all about commodities, what they are, what the rules are to be a commodity, and how they exist all the time. There are many, many more commodities. I've got a little challenge for you now. I want you to go out on the internet or look at your cupboards at home and try and find me items that you think are commodities. Think about the 2 rules I've told you. Does it apply to them? If it is that, it's a commodity. Then go and try and find out the price of that commodity. What's happening? Is it going up? Is it going down? Now I'm going to be off to enjoy my grapefruit. Really good when it's juiced. Believe it or not, grapefruit juice, a commodity. However, I want you to go and do that research for me. Post your pictures of your commodities on my social media pages. You can do it on Facebook, remember, @BBusinessB, Twitter, @BBusinessB, Instagram, @BBusinessB, or you can even put some comments down below in this video for me if you really want to. But I want you to share with me your examples of commodities and try and find out some prices. See if you can work out which commodities are now worth lots of money and which commodities are worth not so much money. You know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Until next time, keep buzzing.